right, welcome back. And again, we're doing a promotions lesson here. Why this is so vitally important for your entire yearbooking effort. And we're calling this one Part 2. So first off, hopefully you watch Part 1. If somehow you didn't, stop me right here. Go back and do Part 1 first, which leads now into Part 2. Now, hopefully, again, if you checked out the first section, we talked about getting promotions editors, either one or maybe two people to be the students that sort of officially lead your promotions effort. We talked about doing this now regularly, not kind of scattershot once a month or something. We're talking regularly on a weekly basis, maybe in some cases even on a daily basis. And we talked about electronic means. We talked about social media, we talked about email, talked about texting, talked about some other things that are more in the electronic realm, all right? And certainly we want to do that, but there are a lot of good old-fashioned ideas that are still extremely effective and I think in a lot of cases very fun. So let's do some old school with this lesson. Take some notes and we'll have an activity for you to get you thinking on how you can use, call it old school ideas to really gain some attention inside your school building. Now let's start with this. Let's start with what does not work. There are two things in particular which frankly don't work, and yet virtually every school and yearbook staff out there does them. Daily announcements and posters. You can't walk into a school without seeing posters from all sorts of things, kind of plastered on walls all over the place, right? And the daily announcements, come on, let's be honest, students, but especially watching, nod your head, right? Nobody pays attention to those. They just don't. Because frankly, in a lot of cases, they're very boring. If it's on television or if it's just on a PA system, somebody droning, oh, the chess club will be the 5th period today. The basketball team will be leaving at 2 p.m. Lunch today, right? Am I right? Okay. And yet that's what most schools do. Oh, we got to get something in the daily announcements. And somebody writes something up and hands it to somebody. Oh, somebody make a poster. And so you see this, sometimes rather cheesy looking poster that has something to do with yearbook. Now we applaud your effort. The problem is it's ineffective. People, again, don't pay attention to those boring announcements. And any kind of posters, they probably walk right on by, pay zero attention. So what do we do instead to make sure we do get people's attention, all right? When it comes to things like announcements and posters, you can still use them, but with announcements, you've got to find a way to make them fun. It could be a skit, not too silly, a skit that maybe you produce and then give it to whoever the announcement person is, like here's our commercial for your book. And again, that could be video, it could be audio, whatever it is. If some official person is the only person that does announcements, write them a fun script and then say, hey, do us a favor, put a little life into this, have some fun, put some energy and emotion into this because we want it to attract attention. And if they actually do that, some people are going to be like, whoa, what is that? Oh, the yearbook's doing something. Okay, good. We've got them paying attention. That's the key to promotions and marketing, guys. We want to get people's attention. That's it. And then hopefully then that leads to other things. Posters can be very effective, but again, not the same old that are slapped up on walls all over the place. What about this crazy idea? A life-sized poster. Now maybe you have shop in your school, or you have some shop equipment in your school that can actually make very large posters. And when I say life size, I literally mean life size. So that when you put that one up on a wall, somebody walks by like, whoa, that's big. All right, think about yearbook designing. You're making your pages. We have that thing called the dominant element, right? Which is a big photo, largest element on the page. And the idea with the dominant element, when we turn the page of the book, where's our eyes going to start? Right there on that big thing, right in the middle. Dominant element, bigger than all the rest. And then we do read other stuff. Posters could be the same thing. If you make a really big poster or a series of posters, you're going to attract attention. Put them in a high traffic area where a lot of people walk by every day. Guaranteed, they're going to be looking like, whoa, what is that? Oh, yearbook. Okay, boom, we got their attention. And then change them out regularly as best you can. Need some help? Talk to your art department. If you're not very artistic, that would be me. If you're not very artistic, go find some people who are. This is a real-world project that any art student out there might be eager to do. Why? Because if they do a good job and they're an art student, they're going to study art in college and so on, this is something they could put into their portfolio to say, hey, here's something I created for my school. That makes them look good when they go to art school or go off to college. Everybody wins. So get some help, not the same old plain posters. Make them really neat posters that you can put around your school. All right, let's some other ideas. First off, this first one's simple, guys. Show the merchandise. All right, your yearbook, again, is not a secret. If you've got some really terrific page layouts, hope you do, with a lot of different people on them, why not print those out and make some kind of a poster display on a bulletin board or a wall or something to show people, here's some examples of some of our work so far this year. No, you're not showing the whole book. That's crazy. No, don't do that. Maybe just a handful of your best spreads featuring a lot of different people to let folks know, hey, that looks really cool. Your book staff's doing some good work. Maybe I want to go buy a copy. Great, that's exactly what we want. Show the merchandise. Now again, depending on when you're watching this, if it's maybe early in the school year and you haven't done any pages yet, hopefully you've taken some photos. Share out photos you've taken, either printed on a wall via social media or other ways to say, hey, the yearbook staff is hard at work. Here's a shot of something from the such and such game. Great. We're showing people that we're out there, that we're active, we're taking pictures of them. And hey, don't forget to get a book. Always slip that in there someplace. All right, involve the audience. One thing we talked about back with part 1. Now again, some other old school ideas. We'll run these down quickly. Sidewalk chalk is fun, but not the cheesy looking like stickman type things. Again, go find some art students that are really talented. Bring them out to the sidewalk. Have them do a really cool, colorful design that's hopefully nice and big so that next day when people get off the bus or get out of their car or something, it's like, whoa, what is that? Once again, make sure you get permission for that one, either from administration or from your custodial staff. We don't want to surprise anybody here, but this is a cool, colorful way to really get more attention for your book. This idea called Burma shave signs, all right, we'll show you some examples here. Burma shave, again, is a 100-year-old idea. It's for like a men's aftershave. 100 years ago, people had cars or getting cars, and when they went out for a drive, they would see these series of 5 signs along the roadway. The first 4 signs would have one lines of a cute rhyme, and then the 5th sign at the end would say, buy Burma shave. Men would go to the store. Burma shave sales went through the roof for these simple little cute roadside rhymes. Can you do something like that? Of course you can. You could be the driveway into your main school entrance. It could be in a main hallway, like hanging from the ceiling, if you want to try that particular idea. Burma shave signs really attract attention. Put them up, swap them out every 2-3 weeks, put a new rhyme up there, always keep it fresh and original. People will pay attention and say, boy, your book staff's doing some really cool stuff. I got to remember to get a book, or I got to remember to send them my senior information or stuff like that. All right, involve the audience. Yard signs, all right, that's sort of like the Burma shave idea, but if you have some Jostens yard signs that were sent to you, hopefully they're already outside somewhere, but here's the thing. What a lot of people do is they'll put a yard sign outside somewhere and then they'll leave it and forget about it, and it's out there for months. Trust me on this, after the first couple of weeks, people stop paying attention. What do? Simple, move the sign. Put it in a new location. That way the next day somebody's like, wait, that wasn't there before. Oh, buy a yearbook. I got to remember to do that. You could create your own yard signs if you wish. All right, it could be sort of the Burma shave idea. Any way to get the message across to folks that yearbook's doing neat stuff, I need to get involved. All right, yard signs, but not all at once, for months at a time. Move them from periodically, here and there and everywhere, so that people have renewed interest in what you're trying to tell them. Sandwich boards. Now this seems like a crazy idea. A sandwich board is essentially a walking billboard. And the idea is somebody wears a sandwich board with a big giant message. Could be in the front, could be in the back, all right? Probably both of them. Held together with like string and so on over your shoulders. And then the idea is somebody creates this and then we find a brave person willing to walk around one school day wearing the sandwich board. And yes, they're going to get points and they're going to get gawks like, what is that? What are you doing? That's about the yearbook. Okay, perfect. Once again, we're attracting attention. That is the key. And then every few weeks, make a new sandwich board. And yeah, for the sandwich board wearer, give them something. All right, give them a coupon or give them a gift card or something for being willing to walk around all day wearing the board. It's a lot of fun. Table tents. Now you've seen these in restaurants. You've seen these in stores. It's a little tent about yay big, sits on a table. At a restaurant, it could be today's special. It could be special things that only this restaurant offers. And the idea is people see the table tent, they might think, hey, I think I'd like to get one of those. Great. We can do a yearbook table tent. Now, Jostens has a version, or you can create your own version. You print them out. You sort of fold the table tent like this with the print on the outside. We fold in the bottom so they fit together with a piece of tape. Boom, we have ourselves a table tent. Where do we put those? Well, think about it. Cafeteria, number one. All right in the middle of the cafeteria tables. Main office, obviously when parents are coming in to the main office, have one right at the main secretary's desk so we get their attention. Maybe on teachers' desks, maybe on some other places where this little table tent will get attention. And then again, maybe every few weeks, we swap them out for a new version. Some kind of new message, QR code on there, and so on. Table tents are a simple little thing that always gets some attention. All right, now, let me throw out what ideas can you come up with? There's a ton of ideas, old school out there, that still get great attention. And again, a lot of these are just flat out fun, artistic, fun. Maybe it involves writing and so on. Again, the main goal, we're trying to get our audience's attention on a regular basis. So maybe they do things we'd like them to do, like buy a book, buy an ad, send in a photo, give us their information, take a survey for us, and so on. When we do that regularly on a weekly basis or even more, your audience is going to respond. Now, let's take a quick activity. We're only going to take maybe a couple of minutes tops on this, okay? Let's start making the list of ideas that you can get started with. In fact, let's make it 2. From all the ideas that I just described over these last 10 minutes or so, what are 2 ideas you could start literally immediately, like today or tomorrow or the first of next week? 2 ideas, maybe even 3, that you could immediately start with and get this promotions ball rolling. And, okay, how are you going to do them? Somebody be a secretary, kind of write down the details here of what the ideas are and how you're going to do them. You got to get started somewhere. Let's do it right now, all right? Ready, set, go. All right, guys, let me jump back in for a quick wrap up. All right, hopefully you got that list going, right? You have 2, maybe 3 ideas you can literally start doing today, tomorrow, first of next week. Now make sure that you do, because we got to get this snowball rolling down the hill, and once it does, it's going to get really big, really fast, and really fun to do some neat things with involving your audience with your yearbooking effort. Now, hopefully you know this very quickly. Yearbook Avenue got a lot of ideas and resources for you. Go to the digital classroom, scroll down to the Plan and Promote section. All about promotions in there, all kinds of stuff about emailing and about various things you can create. Lots of great stuff in there that you can utilize as part of your promotions effort. Now, it can be argued, really, that for an entire yearbooking effort, promotions should be literally half the equation. That should be half the job. Making the book is the other half. Half the job is about promotions. Letting people know how to buy a book, how to buy an ad, how to send us a photo, how to send us a story, how to get us information, how to take a survey, and so on. And then, of course, sharing out some of that material that you share to, once again, involve our audience to let them know, hey, that's cool. Hey, I didn't know about that. Hey, I'm going to make sure I want to get a book. All right, all that sort of stuff. When we involve the audience, everything changes. And again, it's a lot of fun. Promotions editors, you're going to have a blast. Now again, this is a group activity. Everybody can get involved. So let's do that and make this effort like no other you've ever had before. Thanks again for watching.